G'day, and welcome to Steve's Tesla. It's easy to get a bit excited when I read in the press articles like this one from Car Expert that says that Tesla are testing their full self-drive version 12 right here in Australia, along with what they call actually smart summons. Gets me rather excited. I've had the full self-drive software in my Tesla now for nearly 3 years. For the first 2 years in my Model 3 and then in the last 9 months in my new 2023 Model Y. And I'm excitedly waiting on the delivery of this in Australia. Up until now I've been using the enhanced autopilot, which includes features such as adaptive cruise control, traffic-aware cruise control, automated lane keeping, and automatic lane changes. Full Self-Drive, FSD on the other hand, is intended to be a more advanced system aiming for full autonomy, allowing the car to navigate autonomously in various situations. The key differences between enhanced autopilot and full self-driving generally revolve around the extent of automation and the types of manoeuvres the system could handle. FSD was expected to include features like automatic driving on city streets, navigating complex intersections, and handling more advanced driving scenarios. The videos we see on YouTube coming out of the United States show that FSD is at quite an advanced stage, with version 12 going beyond the beta stage. It's been reported that FSD version 12 has now been released to over 15,000 drivers in the USA. Some of these are Tesla employees, but many of them are actual Tesla FSD customers. So you could now say that FSD version 12 is in the real-world testing phase. According to the article by Car Expert, Tesla is reportedly testing the latest version of its FSD semi-autonomous driving technology on Australian roads. The FSD software does require active driver supervision and does not make the vehicle autonomous. However, building on the enhanced autopilot, FSD includes the functionality to suggest and execute lane changes and steer within lanes with adaptive cruise control activated. FSD can also identify stop signs and traffic lights and slow and stop the vehicle accordingly. Jack Quick of Car Expert also reports that in addition to reportedly testing the latest version of FSD in Australia, Tesla is also testing its so-called actually smart summons feature. I've had summons with my FSD software on my Tesla for some time, and it's a handy little gimmick to show your friends in the car park, but what I'm really waiting for is a fully functioning summons feature where I can call the car from a distance in the pouring rain and have it come and pick me up at Woolies, for instance, when I've got a bag full of groceries, and save me from walking in the rain to get to the car. I'm also very keen to get the Park Seek feature where the car will drop you off somewhere and then it will run off and find a car park and wait there until you call it later. These features might sound like science fiction, but they have actually been promised by Elon Musk and Tesla for some years now. Actually, Smart Summon is understood to run on the same unified technology stack as FSD. To make Tesla's full self-driving system ready for use on Australian roads, several factors need to be addressed. Firstly, there's regulatory approval. Tesla needs to work with Australian regulatory authorities to obtain approval for the use of FSD on public roads. FSD is a vision in, actuator out system, so it doesn't require detailed mapping and localization to be able to function. It's designed to work anywhere in the world, straight out of the box. However, it will require adaptation to local driving conditions, firstly driving on the left-hand side of the road, for instance. And testing and validation is going to be required for Australian conditions also. Extensive testing and validation are crucial to ensure the FSD system's reliability and safety. Tesla would likely conduct real-world testing in diverse Australian environments to fine-tune the software and address any specific challenges presented by local conditions.
And FSD Beta is growing hyper-exponentially. So that chart is going to look like a wall, basically. It's really getting to the point where it's, at least for me, when I drive around, it's several days between interventions. And I think we're getting to the point where there's really just one last piece of of the system that needs to be a neural net, which is the planning and control function. And so we expect to have that last piece become neural net, so it'll be end-to-end from video in to control out as a neural net.
Why would anyone want a self-driving car anyway, especially when someone like Steve Wozniak will tell you that Tesla's self-drive software is trying to kill you?
I've never actually met him and spoke with him. I admire some things that he's done for the world, changing us towards electric cars, but his real motivations inside, is he really a purist of trying to clean the air and all that? Gets shadowed by a lot of other things, and he basically got a lot of money from myself for a car. I believe things he said, that a car would drive itself across the country by the end of 2016. Oh, I had to upgrade to that model, $50,000, and then it wouldn't do anything. I could tell it wouldn't ever make it across the country, and he said, here we have a new one with 8 cameras, it'll make it across the country by the end of 2017. I actually believed those things, and it's not even close to reality. And boy, if you want a study of AI gone wrong and taking a lot of claims and trying to kill you every chance it can, get a Tesla.
Wow.
The thing to appreciate is it's not that full self-driving will be as good as a person. It will be much, much better. Like a lot. Like over time, 10 times safer than a person. It's not even going to be a contest, frankly. So this is a really big deal. And I think some people realize it. I think you guys probably realize it, but being able to do a software update and have several million cars suddenly go from manual driving to autonomous, I think will be the single biggest asset value increase in history. The normal usage of a passenger car is roughly 10 to 12 hours per week, call it maybe an hour and a half per day. And when you drive around, you see lots of cars just parked in parking lots because out of the 168 hours in a week, they're using less than 10%, maybe 7% of the hours of the week a car is in use. But once it is autonomous, it can be used probably, 50 hours a week, maybe more. So it is effectively a 5-fold increase in the value of a car overnight.
Tesla uses advanced neural networks to train their full self-driving autonomous software, and the computing power they apply to this has recently gone through an exponential growth curve, so it can now process in a week what used to take a month. This means that billions of frames of information being fed from all of the beta test drivers around the world can be processed far more quickly than it could in the past. Waymo's technology uses detailed mapping to define the areas in which it can operate. This is quite different to Tesla, who are producing full self-driving software that can operate anywhere by developing an artificial general intelligence, AGI. This software is literally learning how to drive better than a human. The FSD option pack is available to Australian Tesla owners and costs $10,100 here, but it doesn't include the ability to activate the FSD Beta just yet. However, seeing that there are potentially test vehicles here, this could change soon. Worried that there's no regulation around this, that autonomous cars are going to be driving themselves down the street, causing mayhem? Well, the National Transport Commission has plans in place, and in fact they've had guidelines for the trials of automated vehicles in Australia since 2020. And although Elon Musk has been promising full self-drive for many years now, I remain hopeful that we'll finally see it in 2024. Hey, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. G'day and welcome to Steve's Tesla. This is my channel dedicated to electric vehicles and renewable energy. Subscribe now and let's drive.